Hello and welcome to episode 354 of the Drive the Green podcast. I'm your host, Maddie B., joined in studio by Canoop and Bronell. Harv is, I think, in Disneyland. I could be wrong with that, but I think that's where he said he was going.
I think so.
So just the three-man pod tonight. On this episode, we're going to recap Harris English 5th career PGA Tour victory at Torrey Pines. We're also going to, at the Farm Insurance Open, we're going to maybe talk about NFL playoffs, Bronell.
No, I don't care. You can talk about it.
Okay, I'm going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the TGL. So it was on Monday this week. They changed weeks, so we just watched what could be the saving night of TGL. It was on a little bit of a downswing, but we finally got a close match. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to get into AT&T Pebble Beach this week, plus plenty of news. I put together this week's show, so for those of you that have listened to this show in the past, that's never a good thing.
I got it making the cut though for us, so
okay.
Save the day at the end.
Okay, good. Because I don't have all the little backhanded compliments that Harv does, and just the lead into punchlines.
Yeah, a lot of times he thinks it's funnier than what it actually is, though.
That's true. Whereas I don't think of anything funny.
Puts in the time.
He does put in the time. Yeah.
And
Give him credit for that.
He just chuckles to himself too every time he makes it.
Is he in Disneyland for like 2 weeks then? Because he's missing next week's pod too.
Yeah. I don't know if it's world or land, but I want to say it's world.
How long is he there
I
for?
think he's in Florida.
I think
it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah, he's gone. He said he's not here this week or next pod either.
There's no possible way you could go to Disneyland for 2 weeks.
No. With this, in this economy, with that exchange rate?
Yeah.
Like even 10 days is too much.
You're going to spend $15,000.
You go for
Easy.
You go for
it.
5 maybe.
He's got it though. Yeah. So
like you go to Disneyland twice and then Universal once and the Sea one once, and that's pretty much it, isn't it?
I guarantee you they're going to Disney like 5 days.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like lots.
I would bet money on it.
Lots. And I hope that somehow the picture of him wearing whatever ridiculous I was adjusting my mic, not yours.
Yeah, what are you doing over
there? Sorry. I hope we get a picture of him wearing those like Mickey Mouse ears. Just randomly shows up. Then we can just make it a pod post in the background, right?
Maybe I'll try to Photoshop one tomorrow.
That'd be good.
With his face on it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, really good idea.
Also, before we get into it, we want to thank our sponsors, Player Golf, PLYRGolf.com. Use the promo code Drive the Green for 20% off your order. We're also members of Team Callaway and friend of the pod, GMAC, at the First Tee Indoor Golf Center in Regina. He said to the boys, if anyone comes to First Tee and orders 3 dozen Chrome Tour, Chrome Soft, Chrome Tour X balls, you get a 4th free plus free customization.
It's a good deal.
So a free dozen golf balls. Yeah, when you buy 3 dozen, you get the 4th free plus free customization. I mean, you're going to lose 72 eggs this year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you might as well just get them out of the way early. Get with that free box.
With the price of golf balls, well, golf in general.
I guess that's 48, but yeah.
Like, why not? You're getting an extra dozen golf balls.
Lots of value.
You're going to buy them anyway. Might as well get a free one.
And I think Duff said you can customize your number on there too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Free customization. So go to First Tee Indoor Golf on
69
Instagram.
is not allowed though.
69. Not unless you're Mikey 1T on our hockey team, who's now known as Mikey Rebuys after the poker game on Friday.
We'll get to that.
This guy got a penalty on our team because we're not allowed slap shots in our league.
Yeah.
Took a one-timer. Like, it was his first game. We forgot to tell him no slap shots. So he took an absolute clapper in our first game, got a penalty for it. So we started calling Mikey 1T.
No, he didn't score.
Mikey 1T, and then we had a team-building event for a hockey team. Played some cards, and we did rebuys, and he rebuffed 4 times. So now he's Mikey Rebuys.
I like it.
Then he got drunk and left, and then Matt took over for him and ended up winning somehow.
Yes.
With his stack after Matt had already got eliminated. So it was a huge joke.
It was a bit of a fine print.
Yes, for sure.
So, but I hosted. So I was in the match. Yeah. I was there. I was staying up.
Yeah,
he wanted to leave. He wanted to leave. His stack was lower than a buy-in. So it's like, yeah, and these guys, the other 3 guys that were left, Bronell being one of them, it's like, yeah, we'll just let him, we'll just blind this guy to death. He'll be out, and then I ended up winning.
Nice. I like that.
So, yeah, so that was fun. So, yeah, reach out to GMAC.
When I had 6-9 and went all in. Remember that?
Yeah.
To tie into 6ix9ine.
Mikey Rebice, man. So yeah, we're also members of the Churchill family. We got Riverman Red Ales going tonight, Bronell and myself, from Canoop's stock.
The only 2 cold beers he had, apparently.
Yeah,
I don't
and they
know.
got stuff
Host
all
the
over
pod
there.
every
It's
week, and there's never cold beer.
The
It's
other
the
3
weirdest
here
thing.
were cold.
They're not cold sitting over
They
there.
are
It's
not
30
warm.
degrees in here.
No.
Yeah, studio's a little warm. Definitely not cold enough
I'll put some in for next week.
to keep these things
Appreciate it.
fresh for us. And last but not least, we're members of the Mecklenburg Financial Group family. The tie into Mecklenburg this week, first off, if you need any financial planning needs for your business or your personal life, or maybe you're in estate planning, those types of things, reach out to them and they will look after you. Either Rich, Zach, Mark, the boys, any of the boys at Mecklenburg Financial Group, or go to mfglimited.com and check out what they have to offer. But we all know Harv was here last week, talked about his 2 weeks of booze count. Well, he happened to go into the Mecklenburg office the day after. Remember when he talked about his coat being lost and stuff like that? And we really wish he was here, but now he can't defend himself, so it doesn't matter. Went in to see the boys at Mecklenburg last week, say thanks, talk to him. They said the second he walked in the door that there's no way that guy had less than 20 drinks the day before.
His eyes are as red as the devil's dick.
They said whatever number he said on the pod was half the amount of booze that he had. Just stunk. Probably chased some clients out the door for him.
Well, if you're singing Teenage Dirtbag on karaoke, if that guy is, that's 20 drinks.
I told my wife about that, and she didn't believe me.
No. Like,
now
nobody likes that song, and he sings it.
How did nobody take a video of it?
That's what she said too.
It could be out there. Now, keep in mind, he did frequent Crackers back in the day in Saskatchewan, known for their karaoke.
He doesn't even listen to music, though.
He hasn't since then. He found one song he liked in history, and that's the only song he likes.
That's why I did a music making the cut tonight. Spoiler alert, but because he's not here.
Yeah.
He has no opinion of it.
Yeah, he would just his exact reply was, I don't know how to do this.
He said AC/DC was the most overrated thing in the world last week. Not even just band, thing.
Yeah. So needless to say, when he gets back, we'll question him on that booze count. Yep. But also, thanks to our sponsors, Mecklenburg Financial Group, for giving us that little tidbit. Guy goes in to say thanks for sponsoring the show. Just, you shake some hands and at the same time reveal his true booze count. So
it actually sucks because I was tied with him last week.
Yeah.
But then he's going on a family vacation, so it's auto 0 drinks.
Yeah, zero for sure.
Zero. Yeah. The weirdest thing.
And the funny thing is, talking about this, anyone that's played in a player cup with us that has seen Harv the second day of a player cup knows what we're talking about when we say, how many drinks he's had.
Oh, yeah.
He's just got that aura about him.
You can tell if it's 0, 10, or 20. It's 0, 10, or 20. That's the only 3 options.
20 plus. That you just stop at 20 because no one can count that high.
Yeah.
Okay, with that, I'll go into my week. So bit of a quiet week for me, other than it could have been really busy, but anyone that lives in Saskatchewan knows over the weekend we had some crazy weather with some wind.
Well, Friday.
Warming temperatures, wind, snowfall created for some serious bad road conditions. So my daughter's in 3 things right now. She's in hockey, she's got school basketball, and then she's in a play. Well, all 3 things were going on this weekend. Basketball tournament in Swift Current, hockey tournament here in Moose Jaw, and then she had the plays coming up, so she had her dress rehearsal. So we tried to navigate getting to all 3 things. So she's supposed to go to Swift Current for the basketball trip, had to cancel that because the roads. So she stayed back to play hockey and do her dress rehearsal stuff. So what could have been a really busy weekend turned out to be a little less. And at the same time, silver lining saved me probably $500.
Yeah.
$200 hotel, probably $150 in gas.
Yep.
The meals while you're there.
The rest of the team went for basketball?
So they have 10 girls on their team. 5 went. 5 made the roads. They either left early enough.
So they just played the whole game?
Yeah, played the whole game. Ended up winning the tournament.
Holy
5
shit.
with
Good
5.
for them.
So, yeah, it was pretty crazy stuff. They have a really good team.
The right 5.
Well, they have 2 of their 2 best players, like the 2 playmakers, both were there. So that was kind of the main deal. If you remove either one of them, they're significantly less. But like they point guard, post, pick and rolls all day. Like it's for grade 8 girls, it is something to watch. Like they have it down to an art form. So with that, I had a chance to kind of chill. I was trying to obviously wait out the Chiefs game on Sunday. So I finally had a chance to watch Dune Part 2. Saw lots of things saying that lots of guys saying it's their favorite movie of 2024. I really like Dune 1. Dune 2 is very good. So if you haven't watched the 2 Dunes, I highly recommend them. And just like the views in it, like it's a very well put together movie, like just like the sand dunes part of it.
Yeah.
Like very cool images, things like that. I like the storyline, but I also didn't know there was a third one. So the ending seemed awfully abrupt. I'm like, that's the end of this show? But there is a third one. Might not be till 2026.
Were we talking about it on this pod where that was kind of the original Star Wars, where kind of Star Wars come from?
The original Dune movie is like from the 70s, isn't it?
Well, so
it's old. It sucks.
I can't really speak this, but I thought I heard that. But then I also thought I heard people just thought it was.
Okay.
I don't actually think they're tied together.
Gotcha.
But it has the same type of appeal. Now, I've never seen a Star Wars movie, so I can't really speak to that.
Really? People
give me a hard time. I like movies, but you don't like the Star Wars?
I haven't seen them either.
That's odd.
No.
You haven't seen any either?
No. My wife loves them, and I have never watched them.
Yeah. I haven't. I still... They seem like they'd be the perfect movies that I'd want to watch. Like high action, cool stuff. Not for me.
Just because they're old.
Too nerdy.
I think it's the fact of having to go back and watch the old ones.
Yeah, that's fair.
You go back and watch old movies, they're just not the same.
Yeah.
The production ain't the same.
No.
I'm living in 2000 plus production here.
Yeah.
So did that. And then I'll get to my algo before we talk about the Chiefs real quick. Algorithm right now is wrestling like punishment / initiation. So it's like a lot of like throwbacks. Like the one I saw today was Scott Hall's. It was Jeff Hardy's first match against Scott Hall, and Scott Hall was introducing him to wrestling, and he's like, the chest slaps are over the top. One of his kicks is like full blown side of the head, like full real wrestling.
Yeah.
Like when a guy gets in there for the first time, they beat the shit out of him, like to toughen him up. And like it was wild. Like Scott Hall's dropping him on pretty much his head, and like Scott Hall probably was drunk or under the influence of drugs, so he didn't give a shit. He's just this is some young guy, and that was Jeff Hardy was like 18, 19 years old in that, just getting, and then he wrestled for 25 years.
That's Razor Ramon, right?
Yeah.
So was that before?
It was Razor Ramon that did it to him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So okay. Since day one, he's been Razor Ramon, or was he Scott Hall and then?
No, he's Razor Ramon then Scott Hall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't even know. I don't know his origins if he was anything before Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
And then obviously that leads us into the Chiefs.
We watched.
Okay.
How many rumbles did we watch during that poker game?
So the poker game. I forgot poker game on Friday night. I had scheduled it because anytime my wife and daughter go out of town, so I wasn't going to Swift Current no matter what.
Yeah.
My wife was. That's part of the reason why we didn't drive there. She didn't. So they go out of town. I host a poker game. Happens all the time. Yeah. So they stayed.
He texts me. He's like, "Yeah, it starts at 7. We'll probably get 2 games in. First game will be over by like 10." I'm like, "Okay, perfect," because I'm going to Milestone. Yeah. I'm up at 6:30 the next morning going to Milestone. Come over for 1 game. Yeah.
Mikey rebuys, so we allowed rebuys, and he bought in 4 times.
I believe I said for the first half hour at the start, and then it turned into all fucking night.
All night.
So we watched like 4 Royal Rumbles.
Yeah, so we just put WWE on Netflix on, and we watched like the 97, 98, 99, 2000 Royal Rumbles.
And that was all one game.
We'd fast forwarded just to the Royal Rumble and watch the hour-long Royal. So anyway, yeah, I ended up going to bed at 2, and I thought I was planning to go to bed at like 11.
Jeez.
So
it sucked.
So that was Friday, so tired on Saturday. Then get up for the 2 championship games on Sunday. So we'll just take that into all of our weeks. And Chiefs are going to another Super Bowl. The Eagles looked very, very good in their game.
They did.
So
Commanders kind of shot themselves in the foot, but
a little bit.
Still,
didn't
really have a chance, I don't think.
And I mean, the Chiefs game, like said going in, if neither team turns over the ball, it's going to be a very good game. If you have a turnover, you're probably losing. And then when the Chiefs march for their second straight time and then fumble, it's like, well, that's similar to a punt or a stop, and it's not going to work out very well for them. But they managed to push through adversity, and
they got
pull another one. You want to talk about the refs like everyone else?
No, I mean they're there every game for them.
Yes,
but this was actually one of the lesser games, I thought.
Yeah,
I mean that fourth down, it was a first down.
So
possibly had it on third down as well.
Yeah, I do agree that those specific plays, yes. I still think I can see where the spot came from. Like his back was to him, and then lots of people saying the other guy could see it and he had him a yard further. Well, he couldn't see it because they showed the angle and two Chiefs defenders are in his way.
Yes,
but I just keep going back to you can hang on to that all you want as part of the game. They got the ball back after that. They did not score.
Yeah, I know, but you always do that. You're always like, oh, well, they could have just stopped them after. Well,
yes, they
that wouldn't have happened if
Well, the Chiefs were still getting the ball.
These are crucial moments in games where if it goes the other way and they score a touchdown there and go up by 8 or 9, everything's different. Everything's different.
Yeah, but it's not. But at the same time, yes, everything is different. But then that play happened, and so everything after it doesn't count?
It's a huge momentum shift, too. It's massive.
Big time.
Part of it should be the blame of them not running a different play every time. They were stopped on that fourth. That
was an embarrassment, too.
That short yardage rushing was awful. Awful.
So at the same time, not executing that play put them in a position to not get
when
a call.
There's a team playing earlier that day that can execute that play 99% of the time.
I have no idea. Josh Allen's bigger than Jalen Hurts. Why are they not having it's not a tush push, it's a QB sneak.
Yes.
They should have one of those two guys lined up behind Josh Allen pushing him.
Yes.
Like
pushing
one
him.
of those guys could help him get a half a yard.
Yeah.
And like I say, Spagnuolo knew that, so they put Jones plays nose usually on the right side of the line. They move them in there with Pennell. They're both standing right in the hole that Allen always goes to.
Yeah.
But again, if I do fast forward, like they still could have stopped the Chiefs on any other drive after that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go back and look at that Kincaid drop, I didn't realize this at the time. It was fluttering.
It was.
The opposite way.
He threw it off his back foot. There was 3 guys in his face.
But I'm saying a lot of people are like, he's got to catch that ball. It's pretty hard to catch a fluttering ball when you're diving.
It's like a bird's eye view from the behind, and it kind of comes up right and then goes left.
Yeah, it wasn't a spiral.
No.
So, I mean.
It's tough, but he's one of your guys. You got to catch him.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Like, I wish Josh Allen was in the NFC.
Yeah.
Sure, then we'd maybe see him in the Super Bowl, but, like, that guy's, I think, every fan of the NFL likes Josh Allen. Like, you're starting to feel pretty bad.
Yeah, he was starting to kind
of
of whine for calls like Mahomes too, though. But
it
wasn't too bad. The thing that I get the most frustrated with is just the lack of consistency across the board with the officiating, and it just magnifies during Chiefs games because they're always in those big games, and it seems like they get the fucking breaks every single time.
I don't know what the answer is.
That's
because
the thing.
It's so fast. How do you make the correct call all the time without always?
But they have replay assist, but then they only use it for certain things.
Yes.
And now they're going to change that next year, and there's no chips in the balls. Like you posted that tennis thing today. Like that's the perfect comparison.
Yeah.
It's either in or out.
Yeah.
Did the ball land in bounds or not? Well, there's technology to show that now.
Yeah, they should have something in both tips of the ball so that you know where the tip is.
Did the ball cross the pylon when you're going in, right?
Now
there's those things that you can do.
Yeah.
The obvious issue to that would be with tennis, part of I think that technology is it's a stationary court. So they know exactly where the lasers are set up to find the ball. Whereas with the sticks, you'd have to like recalibrate those lasers every single first down, like whether it's shooting something
wouldn't it just
straight
be
across.
like a fucking line that goes across from stick to stick?
I know.
That's what I'm saying. So you'd have to
something.
calibrate those sticks to be exactly across from each other. But I mean, there's lines on the field to do that.
Yeah,
there has to be because in soccer they will review an offside. And you can see if a guy's penis is over the fucking line. Like it's
if he was erect or not.
Yes, exactly.
Don't get too hard during a game, or else you might be offside more often than not. Although they probably got tiny little peenies anyway.
It's I don't know.
Now, again, to Bronell's point, where it seems like they're always in those games, I think these calls happen all the time in every single game.
They do.
It's just the Chiefs are always in primetime games. They're
and
always
they get
in
the benefit.
playoffs.
And
They're always in playoffs.
name the last
games.
one that has gone against them.
Lots. Lots. So I saw a tweet that came out today
like a
of
game-changing one.
there was plenty of
Not a missed false start on the Bills.
plenty of those.
There was one for sure.
A couple of them.
Okay, but that's not like game-changing calls.
5 yards.
I know.
It can happen.
Aware of how
You can't. I understand the game changing stuff, but it's just more as to the point of
99%.
They're always in it. Like
99% of people that watch the games are saying the exact same thing. So you're saying everyone's wrong about this.
I'm just saying that the whole point is everyone has to cling to something that's helping the Chiefs rather than just accepting that they're always going to be in close games.
They're both. They're very good, and they get those calls. That's what's frustrating for everybody else. Because it's like they're already good enough. Why do they need the fucking calls too?
Yeah, extra help.
But then again,
the Eagles got
they
some
still
fucking calls yesterday too, though.
They did.
Big time.
So part of it also goes to they got that call, and then they went down and scored a touchdown. Or kicked. I think in that case they kicked a field. So
yeah, momentum.
But if they just go 3 and out there, everyone just forgets about it. I guarantee you, everyone forgets about it if they just go 3 and out right after, and Buffalo gets the ball back.
Oh, for sure.
But the fact is, they're so good that they went down and scored.
But then you still would see those tweets with all the calls that the Chiefs.
I know, but that's not the point. Is when they get those, whether you want to say they get calls or not, when they get them, they immediately capitalize on them. So they're exponentiated in those calls because they know, and everyone watching knows, oh, they got a call.
Yeah.
Now we're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just a testament to how good they are.
Yeah.
So as a Chiefs fan, it's frustrating on the other side. I understand that they get some calls. I'm not denying that they don't, but they take advantage of them, and everyone gets pissed off about it.
I just want you guys to own it, like
I have owned it the whole
you're
time.
in the WWE, and just be like,
I've owned it the whole time.
We get all the calls, baby.
I've started doing
We love it. Just do that.
I've started doing that.
Yeah.
Because there's no point in arguing the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly
We got it. Yeah, we got it.
Exactly right.
I guess we're gonna go score another touchdown.
Hey, yeah.
And not one person on the planet, when they got the ball back, thought that they were not getting 2 first downs, because they're so good. As soon as they got the ball back with 3 minutes, they needed 2 first downs. It's like, well, game's over.
Oh, I already shut it off at that point.
Exactly, because they're
I didn't
so
shut it
good.
off, yeah.
So, anyway, I had 10 drinks this week, most of
Beat
which
me.
during that poker game. So I'm at 27 on the year,
Okay.
and I walked another 26 kilometers. So I'm at 103 on the year. I have 34 drinks in the bank, and I've used 27.
Wow.
So weather's warming up. I really got to get going though, because I got to be around, like I say, 30 or so a week.
Yes.
And so I'm still just a little under that because that's the shitty part of the melting stage now. The streets are so icy. Like I don't even want to walk that far because you can only get the misstep slip so often, and you feel a little tweak in your hamstring or lower back. I'm like, fuck, I'm just going home.
Yeah. Exactly.
The dog's like, why aren't we doing the full loop? Because I don't want to. Okay, sorry.
I'll go next.
I went way too long there.
Sure.
Well, that was fine. Yeah, like there's a 0% chance I'm watching that Super Bowl.
There is a 99.8% chance you're watching that Super Bowl.
No.
Yes,
No.
there is.
Luke's got baseball that night, so
You're
I'm going.
watching the Super Bowl.
On my phone at Yara? No chance.
He's got a 3.5 hour baseball.
Hour and a half, right in the middle of the game. What time's the game start? 5:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got ball from 6 to 7:30, so it's perfect.
Hey, you'll be there for the fourth
You'll
quarter.
have to
You'll
watch
get
it.
to watch.
No, I won't.
Yes, you will.
I'll find out.
That's the thing.
I'll find out after.
That's
I
actually
won't
my
be
favorite
watching
part.
it.
That's my
I will
favorite
not
part
watch
about all
game.
this is everyone's like, well, I'm done watching football. Okay, call all in. You as an NFL fan are not going to
I'm
watch.
not an NFL fan anymore. I hate that fucking league.
That's even
It's a
worse
joke.
take. It's even
It's a
worse
joke.
take.
So
And
actually,
it's not like I want the Eagles to win.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If I wanted the Eagles to win, then I would watch the game and cheer for the Eagles. But I don't want them to win either.
If you had to pick right now,
Their
who would you pick
fans
to
are
win?
the absolute
Who would you pick? Who would you want to win the Super Bowl?
The Eagles.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I don't think I can
100%.
see it in your. I can see it in your plums.
Why would I want the Chiefs to win 3 in a row, man? That's a joke.
To be they are the best team of all time.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
The New England Patriots are.
No, if they win 3 in a row and 5 of 6 or 4 of 6, they're the best team ever.
Best team this year?
They're
do you
a
mean
better
best?
dynasty than the Patriots.
Patriots won 6.
6 over like 20 years.
Still, though.
It's not the same.
Mm.
It's not the same.
I don't know.
3 and 4, and then they took like 10 years
People
off.
are talking about Mahomes being the GOAT if he wins this year. Well, that's only 4. Brady's got 7.
Right now. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Right now,
From
yeah.
A dynasty, like a true dynasty is not a 25-year dynasty.
It was for them.
That's not the same.
They were in the AFC Championship every year, just like the Chiefs.
I just don't think it's the same thing. They've been 7 straight.
We'll see
AFC
what happens.
champs.
If Kelsey retires,
Well, yeah, then
that hurts them,
Yeah.
I think. But who knows? He might come back just for a playoff run.
The Patriots also had to beat Peyton Manning,
you can't tell
the
me
best quarterback
Yeah,
of all
but-
time, arguably.
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
The Steelers were very good. The
Mahomes is
Ravens
also
were very
going
good.
Against,
Josh Allen, Lamar
and
Jackson,
Lamar's
Like, that's
and
that-
Joe Burrow.
What has Lamar
Lamar's
won?
Really good.
What has he won in the
MVP.
playoffs? Fuck all.
Yeah, but still, he's still.
Who are
really
the quarterbacks
fucking
he's
good.
beaten in the playoffs? Ryan Tannehill,
Yeah.
a rookie C.J. Stroud, and whoever he beat in the first round this year, Russell Wilson, at 36 years old. Those are his 3 wins in the playoffs.
He's
He's
still
garbage.
really good.
He's still good.
Really good.
In
Joe
the regular
Burrow,
season,
Joe
yes.
Burrow and Josh Allen. Josh Allen's like could arguably be the third best playoff performer of all time, and he just can't beat the Chiefs.
Playoff performer. He's never won a road game in the playoffs.
Yeah,
He's
did you
never
see
won,
some of his
he
stats?
hasn't won one road game in the playoffs.
He has like the best ever quarterback rating. He's never turned the ball over in
what
like
are his
5
stats
games.
in the W and L column, though?
Exactly. Because he's playing Mahomes every year.
Yeah.
That's the point.
He can't get over the hump.
But that doesn't mean he's not great.
It doesn't mean he's not great, but doesn't mean he's one of the best.
I'm just saying 3 in a row and 4 of 6, including getting there 5 of 6, is a better dynasty than winning 6 over a 25-year period or 20 or whatever it was.
We'll see. The dust will settle at some point.
Yeah.
We'll have an answer.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be talking
Stop
about this
taking
in
over
2
my
weeks.
fucking week with all these.
You
Chiefs.
brought it back up,
Well, I just said I wasn't going to watch the game, and,
and
then
I
these-
called you a straight-up liar.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever. I'll just skip the rest of my week because it's already.
All right, booze count then if you're skipping it.
We went to Milestone, played 4 games in one day, and the highlight was going to Lang. So we played in Lang, Saskatchewan.
Oh, in the rink with the drop-down.
The oldest rink in Saskatchewan. It was built in
Is it really?
1927. Yeah.
They got a
so the
drop-down
kids-
staircase?
I did
The
see
kids
that
were just
picture.
thought it was the best thing
Oh, it
ever.
would be.
Did you change
Yeah.
upstairs
They're
and
like,
go down?
oh, there's a dead rat in this little cubby hole, and they're just like all over. Yeah, we changed upstairs. There's only 2 change rooms, and they're upstairs.
Did
and
anyone fall
they're
down the stairs?
the size of a closet.
Yeah.
No one fell down the stairs. No.
Oh.
No.
Like, that would have been cool for them to come out above the ice and have to go
Yeah.
down the stairs onto it.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be a cool experience.
But then we played the one Milestone team at that rink, full ice, their first ever full ice game. We lost because it was our 4th game, and they were tired.
Yeah.
But then we played the other Milestone team in like the 3rd place game on Sunday, and we beat them 7-6. So that was a fun.
Oh,
game.
fun game, yeah.
Worth going back for, anyways.
Yeah.
So, yeah, U9 team I'll talk about on the pod. U11 team I'm not talking about on the pod anymore. They are a lost cause. Churchill booze count. The standard 9, 40 and 28 this year.
Okay. 9. You can't get off 9.
I went 1-0-1-1-4-1-1. 4 was the poker night. Yeah.
Just those ones in there, hey?
Yeah.
Ones, hey.
Gotta have one drink today. All right, Canute. 30 minutes in, we
lot
haven't
of
talked
coaching.
a lick of golf.
It's all right. It'll be quick from there, right?
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
Um,
I did it.
So a couple things. I know I told you guys this. I meant to talk about it on the pod last week. Just finished a 10-day cleanse.
Oh, right.
It was fantastic. It's not quite as bad as you read the reviews and it sounds awful. It wasn't as bad for me, so I don't know if that means it wasn't strong enough or I'm not as bad as I thought I was inside, gut internally.
You're pretty bad.
Yeah, we
But
can confirm.
I know, but it's been better since, so maybe it worked. I don't know.
Well, you haven't shit yourself while we're
Yeah.
taping today, so it's got to be working.
And then
What was the toilet paper budget for January?
it wasn't bad because I did all at work.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it was perfect.
Two-ply.
Keeping Prairie janitorial in
it's like
business.
a half ply maybe that worked.
Oh yeah, I'm
It
like,
ain't good.
so obviously work at the same place. I'm a full blown like grab the toilet paper and pull it as hard as I can,
yeah.
and just like rolls up, curls up on the ground, just like,
ugh.
like that's enough. Yeah.
And then like a little health kick, did a 36-hour fast on Thursday. So had supper, didn't eat the entire next day, and then had breakfast when I woke up. And it wasn't quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought I would
Just water then?
Yeah, just water. Had coffee, and that was it. Black coffee
For
and water.
36 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
So I might try to do that every couple weeks.
Go to 48 next.
Every couple weeks.
Yeah, I might. There was talk of like one of my coworkers did a 3-day fast, and he said it was obviously way more difficult. I don't know if I could do that. I was
What's the
hankering
purpose?
for something just to kind of reset your system. I'm really scared to get dementia when I get old. Like my memory's
This is supposed to help with
terrible,
that?
and it's supposed to help. It has a lot of other health benefits, but dementia is certainly one.
So
that I'm worried.
you're going to have your first drink in April? Or are you going
to probably next week.
Oh.
My friend from
wow.
one of my buddies from that I grew up with that lives in Europe is coming to town, so we're gonna go for supper next week. So I'm assuming I will have one next week.
All right.
And then so Maddie was talking a little bit about the basketball in Swift Current. He didn't go. I ended up going. We had an earlier game. You guys were at 7. We were at 5:30. So I got away a little bit earlier. Didn't even think to check the highways.
No.
Does that work? 2:30. Okay, go pick the kids up. We're
Didn't
gonna go.
think to check the highways.
Oh, it was fine.
It was warm here, and in town you didn't even realize it was windy.
No.
I check the highway hotline before I go anywhere in the summer.
Yeah, but you're an absolute nut.
Like nut job.
It was gusting to 60 that day. What did you think was going to happen?
Not in
Sorry,
town.
I'm busy working. Wasn't worried about what's
So,
going on outside.
so it's funny that he says this because had you not text saying, "Hey, you might want to think about driving," I would have 100% just let my wife go.
Exactly.
She would have got 20 minutes out of town, and be like,
Yep.
"Yeah, this ain't happening."
I don't think that would be the second worst roads I've ever driven on. The worst would have been just because it was dark. Like same conditions for the most part, but at night, this was awful. Like most of the way it was like 80, 70. Like there were some parts we were going like 30.
Yeah.
It was
Harv drove back
fucking
from
messed up.
Holdfast that night and went 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was multiple vehicles.
Well, and then you saw the highlights on social media of all the next day, because the next day it was completely fine, of all these cars in the ditch.
Yeah.
It's like, because, you lose track of where the road is because you can't see it. It's blowing so bad, plus it's snow-covered roads. You have no idea where it is.
And it's like, I feel like when I'm in those conditions, I'll drive 70 or 80. But then you go down to 40, I'm like, man, I just don't want to get rear-ended.
Don't want to get rear-ended and don't want to rear-end someone.
Yes, that's right.
That's more scary than just trying to find where the road is.
Yeah.
Is because
Yeah, I
there's
can't
someone
handle
that's
that.
probably a little more nervous than you are, and then you run into the back of them.
Yeah. Because right now, with our weather, we don't have a ton of snow. If you have to go in the ditch, it's not the worst thing in the world. You might be able to actually get out.
Probably not,
But
though.
no,
There's enough.
But yes.
Yeah.
Not what we would normally be used to, right? Couple feet.
Yeah.
It's kind of melted. It's kind of gone. So it wasn't that bad. But yeah, Saturday, perfect coming home. So it was excellent.
Nice.
Other than that, that's kind of it. I got my whole bag.
Yeah, your whole bag's here.
Everything's here for me. So
Those elite
started
head
playing
covers.
a little more.
Those elite
in the
head
garage
covers
now,
look
which
good.
is awesome. Yeah, they do.
And so I don't have my clubs here yet, but had a chance to hit your hybrid 3-wood driver before the show here today. Wow.
That's your tracer back
good.
there?
Oh no!
No, I
went
took it
away.
off.
Oh, it went away.
Numbers
No,
are still there.
No, I took it off.
Oh, you did.
I exited hoping that I'd clear all my numbers too, but didn't. Maybe it won't show up on YouTube.
So 0 drinks again for me this week. Still 0 on the air.
All right. Okay, 34 minutes in. For those of you here for the golf talk, it's time to get into that. Harris English wins the Farmers Insurance Open, the Tree Trophy, with his 5th career victory. He's now 4 years in between victories. And
It was 4 years since his last one?
yeah.
It feels like yesterday.
Really?
Like 2 years ago, I would have said.
Earlier this month, I would have said he was on Live. Like, I forgot all about him.
That was the joke on Twitter, was him and Hudson Swafford. They
Yeah,
just
the
look
same guy.
exactly the
Oh,
same,
yeah.
And that's what it is. But just like one of those guys that has made a career
Journeyman.
of being journeyman on tour. I mean, 5 wins puts him in
It's impressive.
Good company for sure. And it's just kind of one of those where it was a back and forth affair,
grind it out kind of thing.
Yeah, and he even attested to that in his post-tournament interview, where it's just like that was a grind.
Yeah,
he was leading after the round 3.
Yeah. He was leading after
the rare Saturday finish because of the football games, right?
Yeah,
is that why they do that?
Yeah, and it's funny that happened too, because I completely forgot it was a.
I didn't watch a second. I was in Milestone all day.
Tournament was awesome. Like I enjoy
Sunday.
watching this tournament. I've gotten to play it.
That's why you enjoy it.
Yeah, it's so it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like
if you'd never played that course, you wouldn't like this tournament that much, though.
I mean, there's a lot of history with Tiger at this course as well, so I think it's very well known.
Yeah,
but
the
getting
course.
to play it,
Yeah.
right. And then seeing what's his face on 18 rinse it.
Novak?
Novak, yes.
Yeah. So it was him and Novak after round 3. It looked like a toe-to-toe. They both didn't play very well on Sunday, 1 over, 2 over. And then it was Sam Stevens that shot 4 under to get in. Yeah. Made it a little bit tighter. And then that poor bastard that was with them in the final group. Let me see it here.
Potgeider or whatever?
Yeah, Potgeider, 6 over.
Yeah, tough day.
But, I mean, very good showing. If you remove that, like he was on quite a few radars. Aldrich. Yeah. He was on some radars, but then pre-tournament. Aldrich.
Oh.
Yeah. But, yeah, that poor guy. But overall, like it had some back and forth. It was close. But, right now with NFL season, we're starting to ramp up a little bit. Next week, obviously, with Pebble in between championship game and the Super Bowl, and then you get right into waste management.
Yeah, Pebble is kind of the kickoff for the year for me.
It is.
I would agree, yeah. I think Pebble, because Pebble's when there's no football on.
It gives you the appetizer for the Phoenix Open.
Yeah, and no football on, so you're watching.
Yeah.
More often than not.
Yeah.
It's a notable course.
And Phoenix is over before the Super Bowl anyways. So.
Yes.
Typically.
And then you get full-blown into golf season.
Yeah.
Starts to warm up for
Honda,
Canadians.
Arnold Palmer.
Yes.
No more Honda.
Genesis.
Cognizant.
Yeah. And Genesis. It's
no
back at
Genesis,
yeah. No, it's still a tournament. It's just at a different at this place again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so good for Harris. Some other notes that I made. We'll go right to the amateurs. Jackson Koiven made the cut. So him and Clanton are now 2 points away from the PGA Tour Accelerated program to get their cards. So we could see those two guys turning pro here very, very soon.
It's impressive.
We had I'll get to the deep dive of viewing here in a second. Some other notable things. So before this tournament even started, Xander, Morikawa, Will Z, and Gary Woodland all withdrew.
Yeah.
Which is not a good thing for CBS's first week of coverage.
Yeah.
You know, Jim Nantz is pushing this all last weekend. Oh, the kickoff is next week on CBS. And then 3 big names drop out. And, I mean, Gary's not a small name, a notable name. But, yeah, those guys drop out.
Well, Xander's hurt still.
Yeah,
it sounds like he got cleared, so I don't know if he's going to – I don't think he's playing this week.
But Scotty is.
But Scotty is back.
Yep. Did you see – I'm sure everyone did. But Adam Svensson with a putt to make the cut, and the horn goes in his takeaway.
I mean, it was a 12, 14-footer, so.
Still, I would normally say that that's not affecting you, but he sure did look up as soon as – it wasn't like he reacted afterwards and was like, oh, man, that cost me to miss a putt. Like, it was immediate.
Yeah.
Like, that thing caused me to pull it just – like, you only missed it by a little bit, probably by the amount of the horn.
Is there any sort of chance that a rules official would give him a re-putt there?
No.
Should.
No way.
You feel like that should just be an auto thing.
Yeah. And I don't know how.
So if
he made it, what happens if he made it on the horn? Then he just maybe the horn caused him to make it. That's probably why they don't give it to him.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because he just gets a second chance at seeing the putt because the horn went.
Yeah.
If you're attending one of those events live, and you got big money on a guy, and it's down to that guy and another guy, and they're on the 18th green, and he's about to putt, and you just yell as loud as you can, right in his backswing, and he misses. I mean, you're getting kicked out.
I don't think there's any repercussions.
If he doesn't get a reputt,
Nope.
Just
you win your money.
You should do
Yeah.
it.
There you go.
Which
Next
actually
just
time
yell
there's
the
a bet.
weirdest thing, like
Yep.
I kicked a cat or something like that. Just yell it out.
What
Like
come up with.
Yeah.
That actually does. It's funny that you mentioned that because since we're talking about waste management, do you see that tweet about the guy that lost his fantasy league and is 100% streaking at the Waste Management Phoenix Open?
Really?
Like a Reddit thread came up. It's like, yeah, my buddy lost, and he is a type of guy that will do whatever the punishment is, and the punishment is streaking at the Waste Management, and they are severely clamping down on that type of stuff there.
Mhm.
And they're like, he's 100% doing. They said he's got a car lined up. He's got a place that he knows that he can get off the course to this car. So he is streaking. They're going to get video of it, and then he's trying to get to his exit strategy. So something to look
Interesting.
forward to.
he ain't making it.
No. They did have a little bit of an issue this week. So Zach Johnson, someone had yelled out as he was walking to a green.
Oh, yes. You cost us the Ryder
Yeah,
Cup.
you cost us the Ryder Cup.
Oh right.
And his caddy got pissed off and come over and started berating this guy. So, interesting stuff.
Definitely better than the cat one. I like that comment.
Yes.
Cat one.
Yeah, I kicked a cat.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah.
You immediately regretted it after it came out of your mouth, eh? So let me let's talk about Jason Day's outfits. while I
Holy
get
shit, that
into-
should have been
Yeah.
the lead. This guy is on fire right now.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's.
Why aren't more guys going to Malbon?
I don't know.
There's got to be more guys that are like, holy, that's nice.
Like that sweater. Well,
There
The
has
sweater,
I think
the
it's-
sweatsuits.
I think
are
it's more
sick.
He's just wearing whatever he wants. Like, is the loophole? Yeah, you can. This is my sponsor. I get to wear sweatpants. on
Well,
the
they
golf
said
course.
that the sweater in khakis day that they didn't pick that out for him. He
Mhm.
picked it.
What was that? What
and
it was?
he nailed it.
It looks
Absolutely
so good.
nailed it.
So good.
How many articles of Balbon do you think he has? Like, think of how much
Lots.
player stuff we have, and then probably times that by 10.
At least.
Yes.
At least.
Yeah.
Why can't I?
And he decided, so him and a couple other Australians and his oldest son now have their own YouTube channel. So guaranteed they'll all be wearing Malbon. So we're gonna see some nice stuff, I think, from them
Yeah.
here in the next little while.
Hopefully Chase saw that sweater and tries to replicate it because I want that
a
bad.
shot
Well-
of and have Elkridge.
Yeah.
The picture is Elkridge. And
Yeah.
Player golf. That'd be awesome.
Two birch.
Yeah, he did, however, have to put his. He had a jacket that had a big Malbon on the back, and he had to tape it. He had
I
to tape
wonder
over it.
why they
Yeah,
have-
I don't know. Maybe it's a rule. You're not allowed to have anything on the back. Too big, maybe.
Interesting.
But he did. But Josh Bennett on Twitter did go through, and he said, I recorded Golf Channel's 3 hour and 47-minute broadcast.
Oh, yeah, this.
And noted every second of something. And it came, well, I'll just read some notable stuff. There were 17 commercial breaks in that 4 hours, going from 1 minute to 3 minutes. A total of approximately 40 minutes of the 3 hours and 47 minutes, or 20% of the broadcast was commercials.
Crazy.
Okay. There were 7 playing throughs. So with the 7 playing throughs in the commercial break, it was close to an hour of ads. Okay. There were 268 shots, 1.2 shots per minute.
I think
And that was it was 40% putts.
so. Going through the stats and seeing that one shot every what was that, 70 seconds
Yes.
is fucking insane.
Yeah.
That's horrid.
Yeah. Well, and especially when you take of those one shots every 70 seconds, 41% are putts. Like,
It's like
all
a
you're
ba-
doing is just watching them putt.
It's like a basketball game.
Yeah.
But
And then
90% are threes.
And then
Or free
he also said amount
Free
of times
throws, yeah.
amount of times players in the top 5 on the leaderboard after day 1 were shown. There was Danny Walker, who was T2, only got 5 shots shown, and then 4 other guys in the top 5 at the end of the day didn't have a single shot shown.
That's bonkers.
Yeah, 11 minutes and 20 seconds of player interviews. So again, even less shots being shown. 6 minutes of flyovers. 5 minutes
I don't mind
of
those.
players setting up.
Yeah, flyovers are fine.
Yeah. So the most and least shots between official breaks. The most was 40 shots between a commercial break, and the least was 3. Showed 3 shots and went back to commercial.
Oh boy.
Yeah, just some crazy stats. So yeah, go to Josh Bennett or at Jish Swish on Twitter and find that thread. Like, it is wild.
You think that they'd be watching back their broadcasts and having a committee or a crew
be like, who's watching this?
What can we do to get better here? Because this isn't it.
But do we think they care? Because I don't think so.
Well, they should care with the way the ratings are going.
Yep, exactly. You got Canadians?
Yeah, there was only one that did anything this week. Taylor Pendrith.
T7.
T7, yeah.
Yep.
Svensson obviously missed the cut, and Silverman was the other missed cut.
Okay. Aces birthday shots of the week. Aces, Daniel Gavin and Sadier. I don't know what his first name is. Both had aces on the same hole on the DP World Tour, number 7.
Oh, must have been an easy pin then.
Different days.
Oh. Must have been an easy hole then. Different holes.
Birthdays. Jack Nicklaus was 85 this week.
Yeah.
Tiger was 49. Just my son asked me today, so I figured I'd add that.
December 30th?
Yeah.
31st?
30th. Yeah. 49. I said I thought he was born in 77, not 75.
Big Champions debut next year for him.
Yeah.
Like, he's got TGL. Why would he go to play on the Champions Tour?
That's our first news item, but we got to get to shots of the week. You guys got any?
I don't know if I have one.
I didn't see a single shot on Saturday,
Okay. So that's right into news. So TGL, we got 2 weeks to recap.
Well,
so
not really have to recap last week.
Well, last week, unfortunately, the ratings fell off a cliff, as expected. Now, there was a stat that it's still up 50% as a whole over the similar time slot as last year. So as an investment for ESPN, definitely a good investment so far. But again, it was a closer match. But then Billy Horschel came out in his post-game interview, whether it was on purpose or not, he said it was a joke, but said, we had to keep it close.
It wasn't.
You got asked to keep it close. What was the score? 3-0?
4.
4-0?
4. Yeah. 4. They got skunked.
Yeah.
So then they put all their chips into getting this thing rolling, setting up, I believe, for this week with Tiger versus Rory. Okay, so we finally got Boston Common in it against Jupiter Lynx. And may I say it delivered. It was
everything I saw on Twitter was saying that this thing was back, and this was what they were talking about.
This is what they were talking about.
But did anybody watch it?
Well, we'll find out.
It's a new day, and 2 hours earlier than they would normally have it.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No sense.
That early time
we're
doesn't make sense.
5:30, and we're going to change the day, so
well,
nobody knows
it's
what's
Monday
going on.
all the time now. The only reason,
it's
it
not.
is.
No, it goes back to Tuesdays some weeks.
Yeah, some weeks.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if it's.
I
next
thought they
week
changed
Tuesday.
it to Monday because of Monday Night Football.
They did, but for whatever reason, they go back to Tuesdays some days. And then there's a triple header one week.
There's a triple header on the holiday, on whatever their February holiday is.
For Monday, then.
Yeah, Family Day for us.
It's President's Day in the United States.
Yeah, so
I'll look it up here.
The consistency, I think, of the day and the time, I mean, it matters for everything else that goes on. The NFL, 7:30 every week. Right, depending on the time change or whatever. Right?
So they got to be consistent with that.
It's Tuesday. Yeah. It's Tuesday next week.
Yeah.
At 8:00 our time. So it pushes back 2.5 hours next week.
Yeah,
that makes no sense.
I mean, other sports have different times
now
for games, depending what time zone they're in or whatever, right?
No, the time zone is always the same.
I know, but like if your favorite team is playing.
Yeah.
If you're following one team, they're playing at different times every week.
Yeah.
Every game, right?
Yeah. So next week we got Boston and LA, which should be a good matchup too. But that Monday triple header, I don't think is a good idea.
That's too much.
There's no way someone's watching all 3 of those.
That's too much. Yeah.
But all 6 teams are playing that day. So, but anyway, like tonight was good. Like,
Tiger was on, like he was
ish. Tiger is definitely, like, Kisner's not very good, but Tiger's missing all kinds of shots, and you can tell just by his facial expressions that he is mad at the
Technology.
tech.
Yeah.
And so,
but
Canoe,
it was his stuff.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
So-
it's one of his sponsors.
it's one of his sponsors, and it did come out this week. My Golf Spy, I think it was, came out and said the only reason why this thing could fail, or one of the main reasons I should say, is the tech.
Yeah.
They are using arguably the 5th best,
Not even top 5. is what
not
he
even
said.
top 5,
Yeah.
shot tracking software out there, like technology. They're using the worst. They don't even have, like, so there's a reason why that stuff cost, I think he compared it to like a $5,000.
Yes. So his argument was like TrackMan, right? Doppler
Yep.
isn't always as good when you have it indoors, right? Because you want to be outdoors, and it actually tracks the ball the entire way, so it can see the spin rates for longer and all that other jazz. His argument was you need to go to one that sits up near the ball, like a GC quad or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's actually reading the ball, reading the spin, because that's why they're getting those flyers, right? They're hitting the ball. It doesn't have as much spin as it actually does in real life. So because it has less spin, it just flies further because it doesn't come back, right?
Yeah. And
But if it was
that's what those
consistent,
little
if it was consistently long, then they could just adjust.
But that's the thing. So the
That's
lower
the
more
irons-
loft that you have on it,
they're
the-
flying.
yes, those are the ones that are flying.
Oh, I see.
Right, because it
Yeah.
has so much more spin, but it doesn't read that.
Yeah, the
and it
T-balls are
goes
fine.
less. Yeah, T-balls and stuff are fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
long
yeah.
iron
Once you get
shots,
into
they're
the
pretty
low irons.
long. Like
Yeah.
approach shots are
Yeah, like
pretty
we
good.
said, Tiger hitting a ball 20 yards over
Yes,
just would
with a
never,
wedge.
ever
Never
happen.
happen.
Yes,
Never
that's
happen. So, but from an overall viewership standpoint tonight, like there was lead changes.
Hammer was working.
They put 7 hammers were played.
Oh, yeah. Tom Kim was pretty good, I
Tom
heard.
Kim was good. Obviously it being back and forth, so it was 1-0 for the longest time. Then it went to 1-1, then 2-1, then 3-2, 3-3. Like it was like a perfect setup of the match itself, and both teams were getting into it. Bradley didn't really say a whole lot, but like Tom Kim was very good on it.
Tiger got shot clocked on a putt.
Oh my God.
What he
So
did,
yeah,
he
putt-
went and looked at it from the other side or something?
Yes. Yeah, he went and looked at it from the other side, walked around it, had 15 seconds as he set up over the ball and didn't get it off in time.
So then they just lost the hole.
So it was to tie the hole, lost.
Wow. I
And
like
it was
it.
tied at that point.
Hey. Rules are rules, I guess, right, Chris?
That's right.
The guy that owns the league gets the first ever shot clock.
What
violation
was his
to lose the hole.
reaction?
He just picked the ball up and walked off. He's just like, fuck. Oh, it was wild, man. And then they went to the first ever tie, so it was a chip off.
Oh,
and
really?
And so the chip off is alternating one-on-one shots. So it's like me versus you, closest to the pin, for 1 point, like a shootout.
Mm.
So
Oh, yeah.
Jupiter Lynx won the first one, and then the next two guys went
Could
head-to-head.
they
And
could they watch, or did they have to turn around?
no, like head-to-head. Oh, yeah, the other guy could watch.
Was it all KPs or was there putts and stuff too?
No, just KPs.
Oh,
So just 50-yard shot KP.
that's not bad.
And Jupiter Lynx won both. the
That's a pretty
first
good
two.
tiebreaker.
Yeah, I thought it was very good. So Jupiter Lynx, and then obviously Kisner. I think they made their first birdie on like hole 8, and he's like, "Yeah, that's our first birdie in 2 matches." He's just like making fun of himself. But yeah, overall, pretty good. So we'll see. When the ratings come out, I think they gotta be they'll be better than opening night. I think.
Well,
Yeah, if people knew about it, when to tune in and stuff, yeah, absolutely.
Because that is the problem. Like the 5:30 start was crazy. I got home and my kid was watching something. I'm like, TGL's on. He's like, what? Doesn't start till 6. Like even he knew that it shouldn't be on at that time. Okay, that leads into next. JT came out this week saying that players need to bring their personalities out more. One of the guys immediately replied with, well, maybe stop playing in fake virtual tournaments and start playing in real tournaments.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily going to help with the personality side of things.
No.
I think that as TGL evolves, those at least 24 guys should get a little bit more maybe likability on the PGA Tour. So when they do start playing, maybe people will start to like them a little bit more. But as far as all the other guys go, they've done the walk and talks lots. But again, those walk and talks are just kind of like over the course of a 6-hour broadcast.
Yeah.
You just happen to have to be watching it at that exact time
That's
of
right.
walk and talk.
Joel Damon had a good one this week, just talking about why, because the wind had kicked up Friday, and talking about why he was happy to be on the south course, the harder course, that day rather than the north, and just kind of had some nice kind of little tidbits to it. So it was kind of neat to hear him. And
yeah. So I mean, that's one side of it, but short of full swing, I don't know how people are going to pull back the curtain on these personalities.
I don't know either.
But
Like,
and I don't know if we talked about, but Full Swing 3 is obviously coming out, which
maybe
will
it's
have plenty
more
of President's
YouTube
Cup
channels. Like I know we talked earlier about Day having his own channel now, right? Maybe that's how that evolves. Right?
Well, and
with
you
all
have
those people.
They
So-
have to see the Bryson brand growing
exactly.
and thinking, okay,
Yeah.
I gotta, if I want to be more marketable,
Yeah.
I have to start going outside potentially of my comfort zone, and maybe some guys just don't want to, and you
Yeah,
just
and
have to
that's
accept
fine.
that.
Like
There's
Cantlin-
plenty of guys in professional sports that you don't even know who they are,
Yeah.
but they're tuning into the sport.
Yeah.
So, on that note, since we're talking about Joel Damon, came out this week and said that he was training with Navy SEALs to get more mentally tough. I would say, A, he needs it, and B, that would probably be a good way to get more mentally tough.
Yeah, are there any Navy SEAls kicking around Saskatchewan?
I'm sure you could. We got a Canadian Forces base. You could probably
Give me
go
a
out to.
shout out. Yeah.
That would be a good content piece. Send you out for military training for
Boot camp.
a couple days. Yeah, Bronell boot camp.
I'm just trying to imagine you doing that.
You know how
and it
mad he'd
just,
be?
Like,
Yeah,
can't.
he would just quit.
You just quit.
Yeah.
It'd be 10 minutes. No,
Yeah,
fuck,
ain't-
I'm
ain't
out
worth
here.
it.
I
give
would
up.
do it. Better chance of me doing that than Harv singing fucking karaoke. I'll tell you that for free.
Good
There's
karaoke.
no way that
Good
happened.
karaoke.
I can 100% see you literally 2 hours into that training just being like, you know what, my brain's fine, and just be like, I'm good. If this is what I have to do to get more mentally tough, I'll just stay with whatever I got right now.
Yeah, I just gotta go. I got stuff to do. I got some stuff to do. Got some errands to run.
Oh, how long is this going to take? 6 hours. I thought we were only here for 1. I'm out of here. I got to pick up my kid.
Yeah.
Okay, so that leads us into a couple of live things. So first, live opening night is going to be played under the lights
Next weekend, yep.
in Riyadh.
So kind of prime time here, which is good,
The
right?
point, yeah.
Finally getting on Fox, and I mean that's probably a good thing for them, right? First tournament, finally get a broadcast deal, primetime TV. Let's see what happens.
What will the crowds be like? Because like, are the women allowed to be out that late at night?
I have no idea. I don't know.
It's a legit question. I don't know.
I don't know either. We'll find out.
I can't see too many over there being excited to go to a golf match anyway if it's during the day. And then also with Liv, Rick Shields, the biggest golf online anyway on YouTube, the solo act, I should say, has also signed with the Liv to help promote their brand. So that's a pretty big signing for them. To have him doing content for them, obviously knows how to build following, so that we should see the results of that.
That's good. I saw a good tweet today talking about how all those guys went over there and said that they were going to try to grow the game. And
No.
the only guy that's done it is Bryson.
Yeah.
Shambo.
Not one other guy. Everyone else is sleeping on their money.
Everyone else.
Yeah. Not one guy has done anything to grow the game.
No.
Certainly not.
One guy's done enough for 5,
Yeah.
but then the rest of them haven't done
they certainly haven't done enough.
I do think the Australians have
a little bit in their home.
back at home.
A little bit.
But and that's the thing is how much of it do we see for them growing the game? I don't know, but certainly if it can be whatever they've done, it hasn't been seen by us. So
Yeah.
I don't know how much is actually being done. A couple other short notes. I got a big one, but guy sinks a putt at a basketball game to win a Porsche. So putt from one end of the basketball court to the other, which would be unreal.
That's happened a few times
Couple
in the last
times.
few
Some
years,
old
hasn't it?
lady.
Yeah.
That old lady. I forgot about that one. Yeah, but yeah, this guy getting a Porsche and then immediately handing them the keys, and then probably right after the keys, walk him off the court and be like, "Okay, here's the tax bill, buddy. So you're gonna need to sell that car to pay the taxes."
I mean,
Just
how
take-
hard
get
can
paid
it be? It's a straight putt.
A couple little bounces on the hardwood. You
It's
never
got
know.
dimples.
That's
it's going
straight.
Pop, 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 pop.
Dead straight.
Yeah, sure.
But the dimples make it roll straight on grass. This is hardwood.
Also, straight putts are harder than breaking putts
Yeah,
sometimes.
just close
Big
your
time.
eyes.
Big time.
What else you got on here? The LPGA is canceling the Seri Pack event because the underwriter didn't pay the bills. Not a great look.
Not at all. Nope.
Not a great look there.
Next.
Is Colin Morikawa washed? So
He just doesn't win anymore.
I got to put this on. This is Harv called it my redemption tour. So
He actually had a pretty good year last year, though.
he has one win in the last 3 years.
Placings-wise.
Yep.
One win in the last 40 months. Nick Taylor and Straka have 3 in that time period. Horschel has 4 worldwide wins, and he has the same amount of wins as Patrick Reed, Davis Riley, and Bryce Garnett. So obviously, he's got his majors to talk about. He's got some good finishes, but I mean, I've been not necessarily a Morikawa hater, but certainly
non-believer.
If again, he can't putt, he's got to hit it close, and obviously he's not doing a whole lot of that over the last 40 months.
Ben Ann replied to that tweet and said, "Absolutely not."
Yeah, he said no two majors under his belt, and then Kenny Kim obviously said, "Well, you have more worldwide wins than him since 2022," is what he said.
But he's got the 2 majors.
Yep.
And the guy that he was compared with coming out, Victor Hovland, has 0. So.
It's true.
Still both really good golf.
And the other guy that they were compared to, Matt Wolff, has less than 0.
Yep. Matt Wolff. Yikes.
Forgot about that guy.
That swing was never sustainable.
Well, he just took the money. Like he literally doesn't even have to try to get better.
No.
And then last piece before we get into Around the World was a reel came out where it was, how much would you have to get paid to never golf again?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't even like golf that much, so I'm going like
you said 100K.
100K, yeah.
That's
100,000.
That is a bold-faced lie.
100,000. Give it to me right now, and I'll quit forever.
I mean,
You would not.
in the video is a fantastic point. Well,
The whole point of getting money is to retire in golf.
Exactly.
That's the whole point.
Hello, pickleball?
No.
Tennis?
Tennis, yeah, I could get behind.
No.
Certainly not pickleball. but
Curling?
Hmm.
There's lots of good ones out there, guys.
There's no, I shouldn't say no amount, but again, it's almost a law of diminishing returns. The more money I ask for, the more I would want to golf.
Yeah, exactly.
So Brona actually might be onto something. Although the lower amount of money would not be worth it. I think if I had to pick a
Anything under
number,
50 is just no one would even.
well,
consider.
I'm talking
50
millions,
million?
by the way.
Thousands.
I'm talking millions.
Oh, it would be
It has to be-
50-ish million.
million.
No.
Yes.
I
You
think-
wouldn't quit golf for 1
I would
million.
not.
I mean, you
What
probably
the
have
hell would I
millions
do?
already. So
What the hell would I do?
yeah, I guess.
I think my number would have to be more than $1 million. I don't think it'd have to be much more than $1 million, but it has to be $1 million.
It would certainly need to be for me.
I just don't know what you would even do
I know. It's a sport you get to play your entire
for
life.
your entire life.
This
This
would
is,
be different if it was, I got to give up hockey.
or if you're 60 years old, and
Yeah.
even then it might actually be hard.
Yeah.
But right now, at almost 40, I don't know.
Life's
I don't know
practically over, man. Give me the 100K and
For you guys, yeah.
He's out coming off a cleanse. He just bought 5 years.
What are you,
Brand
what,
new.
what are you, 38?
No,
Coming
not-
off a cleanse?
Not even 38.
38. Plus, once dementia kicks in, he's not going to
Oh,
be able to
fuck.
golf anyway.
Guy gets
okay.
one
Oh,
cleanse
fuck,
and
no, I
thinks
am
he's going to live
38.
forever.
I am 38.
Golf forever. Okay. Around the world,
Can't be
Canadian
much.
Canadian Yellow Mirage who wins on the Corn Ferry Tour. Guy's
Har-
only 23 years old,
Harv's guy.
and he might be coming on the pod soon.
Oh,
Nice.
fuck, we need him.
So we
Bad.
talk about that. But I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the worst trophy in the history of golf.
That one?
It is literally so we talk about glass vases all the time, or vases, okay? But I got to show you this. I'll bring up a picture here. It doesn't even have anything to it. Like, look at that. It is literally
Oh,
just
yeah.
a blown glass vase.
Weird.
Looks
Not
like
good.
just a glass pot.
Not
Look at that,
nice.
Bruno.
I don't mind it.
That ain't good.
You could use it for like wine.
You
or
can fill it with candy for sure.
flowers.
It's certainly flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flowers or candy. Like, that is bad. So, not a great trophy for your first win, but I'm sure he'll take it.
Yes, sir.
Other notables around the world, we have Q School was played in 40-mile-per-hour winds. Monday Q brought out that it's like they would literally stop play if it was on the PGA Tour, but yet the guys trying to make the PGA Tour have to play in 40-mile-an-hour winds. Not great. On the DP World Tour, Alejandro Del Rey outlasted the Bullet. We talked about him last week. Where is that guy? Finished second this week.
Wow. He's back.
At the Ras Al Khaimah Championship.
Callaway guy.
Yes.
Too.
So he won over there, and I did not see a tournament on the LPGA or Champions Tour.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right, that leads us right into you're making the cut, sir.
Right. And then do you got a pick recap or?
Knut does. Yep.
Oh, okay, good. All right, making the cut. No Harv, like we said, so
Music.
it's music related, fellas.
Okay.
We're going with 90s to 2000s bands.
Is Prodigy on there?
So can only keep 4. The other 4, all their songs are deleted from history.
Okay.
Okay.
This is gonna be tough.
I know Knut probably won't care because he doesn't.
Like you got like Backstreet Boys on here or anything?
Bands, rock bands.
Oh, rock bands.
rock
Okay.
bands, yeah.
Like AFI's on there.
First one, AC/DC, just because Harv said that they were the
Okay.
most overrated band ever.
Okay.
Pearl Jam,
Okay.
Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Oh, this is a tough list. Yep.
Offspring, Rage Against the Machine, Nirvana, Metallica, Blink-182.
Okay. I'm for sure keeping Pearl Jam and Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Knew you would. Yep.
Yeah, like those are for sures. I think I got it. Oh, I'm definitely keeping Rage.
I knew you would. Yep.
The
And
other
then now
ones-
what? Now
Yeah,
what?
and then I'm gonna cut AC/DC and Metallica for sure. I think based off of what's there, I think I gotta cut Nirvana.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm down with the Offspring and Blink-182, and I think I gotta cut the Smash is one of the best albums ever.
I figured you'd take Offspring, but
I think I have to take Offspring because Blink-182 is good, but if the music got wiped out and Smash by the Offspring got wiped out and Gotta Get Away, and yeah, like Gotta Get Away is one of my favorite songs ever.
yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep
Good list.
Pearl Jam, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Rage are for sure's, and then I think I'm gonna go with Offspring. I do
Okay.
like Nirvana, but
Yeah,
I can
they're
go
okay.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Knut?
Let's hear this one.
I think that I am going. So Blink stays for me.
Yep.
Probably Nirvana.
Because it's the
Chili
closest to
Peppers
pop.
stays
Yep.
for
Yeah,
me.
the closest to pop again.
AC/DC stays for me.
Nice. There you go.
This was a tough one.
Do you even
This
know
was-
who Rage is?
This was between Rage and Metallica for the last keep, and I think I'm keeping Rage.
Okay.
Like they're one of the best bands of all time.
Like,
Like you have
some of their
3 of the
rock
best
songs-
of all time
Yeah.
on there.
They're fantastic.
I mean, Pearl
Metallica was a tough
Pearl
one.
Jam's fucking really good too.
It's not my
Oh,
thing.
you
Yeah.
cut Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Not
that's-
really my jam.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This. I got 3 easy cuts, and then I don't know who my last one is. So I'm cutting.
Blink.
I'm cutting Chili Peppers,
Really?
Wow.
cutting Nirvana, and cutting Offspring.
Okay.
So then I got to keep AC/DC, Rage, Blink, Metallica. Metallica has to be in.
You're cutting Pearl Jam?
No. I gotta cut Blink.
Yes, you do.
I gotta cut Blink.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's between those
So it's
two.
AC/DC, Metallica, Rage, and Pearl Jam for me.
I was expecting Foo Fighters to be
Although
on this list.
Blink-
Yeah,
They're making
Foo
it.
Fighters was a miss on this list.
I almost put them on
Instead
yeah.
of Blink
I
as the
wa-
last
I never
one?
was a big Foo Fighters guy.
Old school Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stuff.
I still think I'm probably cutting them over the 4 I kept. Like Offspring Smash is the only reason, just for that album.
So every
Like I don't necessarily like Offspring any other album.
every band was picked except for Nirvana, which is
Crazy.
kind of wild.
So I do want to footnote that. Like I could get rid of every other Offspring song. Like, I don't even really like the Offspring, but I really like that album. Like it's just for that album.
Well, we got our song to end the show.
Interesting.
Like
All
Gotta
right,
Get
pick
Away.
recap.
Oh, Gotta Get
Uh,
Away is the song that we're listening to on the end
So
of
we
the show.
had last week, Harv had Lanto Griffin make his cut, so got him 3 points. Matty B had Lee Hodges.
Yep.
3 points for him. Bronell skunked.
Wow.
0 points last week. All
Fucking
3 of
kidding
my
me?
guys made the cut. So I got 8 points. So that leaves us with 24 points for myself.
24.
Wow.
Matty B's in second
With like
with
10?
12.
12?
Then we
It's
have
doubling us up
Then
already.
we got Harv pulling up in third with 9 points. Bronell way back of the pack, 7.
How many picked winners do you guys have this year?
None. How many you?
I got one.
Yeah.
So
Dead last.
Just wondering.
Good thing you got that extra point then.
Yeah.
We'd have 6.
Yeah.
That'd be not very good.
Just wondering.
You'd be a quarter of his
Yeah,
points instead of
that's
just
right.
above a quarter. So this really does shine a light on research.
A little bit.
Like Bronell does his research like right now. You probably don't even have picks yet.
I might just copy you this week.
I got my
Bring it
picks.
back.
I got my
No,
picks.
you have to go first.
Well, Harv sent his in. Do you have his here?
Yeah.
I can't
Oh,
remember
yeah.
what he
He's
said.
got Dietrich, Zalatoris, and Aberg.
He just didn't know what the numbers were. Aberg
Well-
and Zalatoris will be ones.
And
Dietrich's
Dietrich's
probably
probably a 2.
Yeah.
He was.
Don't even need to look. That's
yeah,
what it is.
60-something.
And so there's no cut this week. So what are we doing?
Top half.
Of how many
Top 40.
players are in it?
There's 80.
Yeah. Yeah. If
80?
there's 80, top 40. And then your bets. Top 40.
Yeah.
So the
parlay.
cream's going to
Yeah, that
rise.
was awesome.
So Canoop did hit his top 40 parlay. He had all 4 guys top 40
I'm gonna
because they don't have
do-
make.
Yeah, I'm going
miss.
to do that every week, and then I'm going to bet them obviously to win, because if they win, I'll be pissed off.
And I'll reiterate what I said in the group today. If the majors are not worth more points, I will be quitting this
We'll figure it out.
section of the pod. So,
At least it's not the whole pod.
well,
You threaten that often.
that might follow depending on what happens.
All right, Canoop, who are your picks?
So I think
This is AT&T
so-
Pebble Beach.
I don't know what the points are, because I don't think we actually got an actual number cutoff this week.
Well, I can count to 20 and 20, so
Sure.
I know what that would be.
So small greens this week. So putting's pretty important. It's not the longest course in the world. They do obviously play 2 for the first 2 days, but then they just play Torrey the last 2.
Pebble.
Pebble for the last 2. I'm gonna go with Denny McCarthy for my first guy. He's at 91, so I think he's probably worth 2. Would be my guess.
Yep.
Up there. Another guy who's playing really good right now. I'm a little bit worried because he's been playing a lot of golf. JJ Spawn. I think I'm gonna pick him as well.
Yeah.
He's
a lot
81,
of golf.
A lot of golf, but hey, when you're playing good, you just want to keep going, I guess. My last guy, we've had 2 Georgia Bulldogs win the last 2 weeks. See if we can make it 3 in a row. We're gonna
Kisner,
go-
nice.
No, Ross Henley this week. 61, so
probably a
he's
2.
probably 2 as well.
You don't have
So
the
I think I'm all
nuts to
2s.
take Kiz. Kiz
I'm all
probably isn't
2s.
even playing. It's an elevated event.
Yeah, he ain't in.
The
So all
only
2s this
elevated
week.
event he plays in is TGL.
That's right. I'll
Okay.
double check after, but I believe that's all 2s.
Yeah, we can put it on the graphic.
Yeah.
So I think I have 2 2s as well. I'm going back to the Tom Hoagie well.
Yep.
Nick Taylor, obviously, has won here
Nice.
before and just did win, so it was fine form other than this past week. And then he did withdraw last week, so we'll see if he withdraws this week. But again, U.S. Open champion here, Gary Woodland.
Mm-hmm. 3 points, easy there.
3, yeah.
He's way down the list.
175.
What was his reason for withdrawal?
I don't know.
Hmm.
So I'm going to keep my eye on that because if he does withdraw before he tees off, I can pick another guy.
Yeah, because you had a withdrawal last week and you didn't pick anyone new.
Oh.
Just as an FYI.
He withdrew during the tournament. He sucked.
Gary did?
Lashley.
Oh, last
Yeah, he was like
it was
7
after he
over.
started. Oh, okay.
He was like 7 over through 6 on the second day, so he just quit.
Smart.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Get home.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'll mention my one other point. I have it literally in my week, but go ahead.
Okay,
That
so
reminds me of something.
small greens this week. Got to take the good putters. I'm going to go with Denny McCarthy. I think he's probably worth 2. This guy's been playing a lot of golf this year, but we'll see if it affects him or not. I'm going to go JJ Spawn for my
Nice,
second
good
pick.
for you.
And then third pick, Georgia Bulldog, baby. I'm going with him. I'm going Russell Henley for my third guy. So see how it works out this
Excellent.
week.
Hey.
I got a feeling I'm not going to lose ground this week.
It's a good feeling, yeah. Oh, that's good. Nice. Picks are really coming.
And hey, I
coming
can
together.
gain on Matty B and Harv.
You could, yeah.
It's
Just
true.
playing for
Yeah.
second.
I'm riding the hot hand.
Might as well.
Nothing wrong with that.
Gotta.
You can't lose ground.
I can't lose ground.
You're no matter what at the end of this week, you'll still be 17 points back of Canute.
but possibly ahead of Harv.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll take it.
My one last point before we end the show, I did have in my week, but my daughter's hockey team they had this tournament this week. Not playing very well this season, but it did kind of make me think of something. Obviously, you want your kid or you yourself to do well at sports, right? But at the same time, when the team isn't that good, the silver lining is you never play in those late Sunday games. So you're always going home early.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so if I was
For
an
the
out of
tournaments,
town,
yeah.
if you're not going to win the tournament, you'd way rather play a Sunday morning playoff game and lose.
That's the first thing I'm looking at when I see the draw for a tournament.
When do we end?
The strategic game to play on Sunday.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So
like
next weekend.
I did not want to play the 8 a.m. game in Milestone on Sunday. So I was like, boys, we got to get finished or second or third in our pool.
Yes. So it's what you look for.
Yeah.
And so my daughter's team didn't make the playoffs. So they didn't even play on Sunday.
Yeah.
So if I was an out-of-town team and I'm like, yeah, we're kind of mid-pack, we're not going to win this tournament, I'm hoping that
Just
we play
shaving points left and right.
Or I want, if I'm out of town, I want to play the 8 o'clock game so I can get home earlier.
Yes.
Which then brings me to this upcoming tournaments. So we're in Rostern this upcoming weekend. And it's a Saturday-Sunday tournament. So there's pool games still on Sunday. We're in the last pool game. So their team's not very good. They're probably going to go 0-3, if not 1-2. Not make the first one plays 2, 3 plays 4. They're not going to make either of those. We're the very last game before the playoffs. We play at 1:30 on Sunday, 3 hours from home.
So if you get last in your pool, do you still play a playoff game?
No, so like we play 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday, and they start at like 9, 11, 1, and then the playoff games, and we're the 1 o'clock, 1:30 game.
We have time to go check out the new clubhouse in Rostern.
Yeah, but the only shitty part is, like, if we had that 9:30 game, if I could just be home by 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going to be home until dark.
Yeah. Well, luckily for you, there's no football on. So
Yeah, that is a positive. And
another
the Royal
break,
Rumble.
Another break for the Chiefs.
Yeah, Royal Rumble on Saturday night. But that is a really good point. I will go check out the clubhouse, maybe do a quick little tour
That'd be awesome.
there
Is it open?
with Connor.
Like for
I'll just send
food and
Connor.
stuff?
I'll send Connor a message, see if I can get a tour. I'm in the area. But yeah, that's it. You guys got anything else?
That was a long pod
it.
for 3 guys.
Well, we talked about the Chiefs for 20 minutes.
that sucked. Should have been 20 seconds.
Yeah, you guys got anything else?
No.
That's it.
All right, let's get into Offspring. It's time for us to the clubhouse.